As the first president and architect of Indonesia's independence, Soekarno was not merely a political figure, but a visionary with extraordinary charisma. From fiery speeches to relentless struggles against colonial powers, Soekarno played a central role in shaping the nation's identity. What made Iren Soekarno one of the most influential figures in Indonesia's history? Soekarno, as the first president of the Republic of Indonesia, Soekarno played a key role in achieving independence and building the foundations of a sovereign and free nation. With inspiring rhetoric and far-reaching vision, he not only ignited the people's fighting spirit. Born on June 6, 1901, in Surabaya, Soekarno was originally named Koesno Sosrodihardjo. Why was his name later changed to Soekarno? During his childhood, Koesno was often sick, and according to Javanese beliefs, an unsuitable name could bring bad luck. Therefore, his name was changed to Soekarno, which later brought luck and success to his life. Soekarno's education began in Surabaya, where he studied at Europeische Lagere School, before continuing at Hogere Burger School. Soekarno lived with Haji Omar Said Djokroaminoto, a national movement figure who introduced young Soekarno to politics and activism. From there, Soekarno's nationalism began to take shape. Inspired by Djokroaminoto's teachings of freedom and independence. After completing his education at HBS, Soekarno continued to Technische Hogeschool te Bandung, now known as the Bandung Institute of Technology, where he studied civil engineering. But was that enough for Soekarno? Certainly not. Even though he studied engineering, his heart was always drawn to politics. During his college years, he became active in movement organizations, such as the Aljamina Studi Club, which he founded in 1926. What made Soekarno so interested in politics? His deep love for his homeland. Soekarno realized that to gain independence, the Indonesian people must have strong political awareness and unite against colonialism. Thus, he entered the political arena with the determination to raise the spirit of nationalism among the Indonesian people. In 1927, Soekarno founded the Indonesian National Party to fight for Indonesia's independence. Why was PNI so important in the history of the national movement? Because through PNI, Soekarno spread the ideology of Marhaenism, a concept rooted in the struggle of the common people against oppression. Soekarno believed that true independence could only be achieved if all the people, especially the Marhaens, the common people, participated in the struggle. But was Soekarno's struggle without obstacles? Of course not. His increasingly radical political activities threatened the Dutch colonial government, leading to his arrest and imprisonment in 1929. Did prison stop Soekarno's steps? On the contrary, in prison, Soekarno further strengthened his belief that Indonesia's independence must be realized soon. After years of fighting against colonialism, the long-awaited moment arrived. On August 17, 1945, Soekarno and Mohammad Hatta proclaimed Indonesia's independence.
Proklamasi. Kami, bangsa Indonesia, dengan ini menyatakan kemerdekaan Indonesia. hal-hal yang mengenai pemindahan kekuasaan dan lain-lain diselenggarakan dengan cara saksama dan dalam tempo yang sesingkat-singkatnya. Jakarta, 17 Agustus 1945, atas nama bangsa Indonesia, Soekarno, Hatta.
Soekarno was chosen because he was the symbol of the Indonesian people's struggle, a leader with a clear vision of the nation's future. But was the proclamation the end of the struggle? No. It was just the beginning of a greater fight to defend independence. Soekarno had to face various challenges, both domestic and international, to ensure Indonesia's independence remained secure. Under Soekarno's leadership, the newly independent nation needed a strong foundation to build its future. Soekarno realized that infrastructure development was key to solidifying independence and advancing the country. What was the impact of Soekarno's policies on the nation's development? Under Soekarno's leadership, Indonesia saw major infrastructure projects, including the construction of significant monuments and projects like Taman Mini, Indonesia Indah, and the National Monument, Monas. Additionally, Soekarno was active in international diplomacy, advocating for Indonesia's position on the global stage and garnering support for newly independent countries. However, political and economic tensions escalated, with various competing factions and growing tension between the military and civilians. Soekarno tried to stabilize the situation by adopting a more centralist approach and forming cabinets that included various political groups to maintain a balance of power. What led to Soekarno's resignation as president? In 1965, Indonesia faced a severe political crisis with the emergence of the September 30th movement, G30S, which caused nationwide chaos and tension. Soekarno, who had begun to lose his political power, was eventually forced to resign in 1967, with his presidency taken over by Suharto, marking the beginning of the New Order era. What was Soekarno's life like after his resignation? After being ousted from the presidency, Soekarno was exiled to Wisma Yaso Pavilion in Bogor, where he lived under restricted conditions and close surveillance. Despite his isolation, Soekarno remained a respected and remembered figure by many. He passed away on June 21, 1970, leaving behind a legacy that, though complex, was significant in Indonesia's history. Soekarno is remembered as the father of the proclamation and a symbol of the spirit of independence. His legacy includes his contributions to achieving independence, his efforts to build a newly born country, and his influence on Indonesia's politics and culture. Though his leadership is often debated, Soekarno remains revered as a key figure in Indonesia's struggle for independence.